Okay, so think about this. You're trapped. An overwhelming force right outside. Feels pretty hopeless, doesn't it?
Yeah, like the end of the line.
Exactly. Now imagine one person, just one, walks right into the enemy camp with this incredibly audacious plan and completely turns everything around.
It sounds almost like fiction, but it's the core of the story we're digging into today. Judith's deliverance of Israel.
Right, it's this ancient text, a really dramatic account.
And it's fascinating. It's less about, massive battles and more about strategy, cunning, and frankly, incredible courage.
That's what we want to pull apart today. Our mission, if you like, is to really get into Judith's strategy. How did it work? What was the ripple effect?
Because it's a prime example of how, well, strategic thinking, even from one person, can just change everything, even when massively outmatched.
We'll be looking at her planning, the deception involved, and the consequences that followed. So Judith didn't just get lucky, right? This was deliberate.
Well, absolutely not luck. The text makes it really clear she had a well-defined plan,
Yeah.
and she communicated it. That's key.
She told her people what was going to happen.
Yes, she laid it out. It wasn't just bravery. It was the foresight, the strategic groundwork that was crucial. She basically game planned the enemy's reactions.
Okay, so what were the key steps? I remember the head.
Yes. Step one, display Holofernes' head on the city walls. A huge psychological blow right from the start.
More than just gruesome, yeah, a statement.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Then, step two, a feigned Israelite attack at dawn.
Ah, the diversion. Make them think the Israelites are making a desperate move.
Exactly. A classic misdirection.
Yeah.
Judith predicts this will make the Assyrians check on Holofernes, wanting his orders.
And that's when they find him.
Precisely. The timing is everything. The discovery is the catalyst for, well, the whole Assyrian collapse.
And then there was Achior. She specifically said to bring him, the Ammonite who'd warned the Assyrians about Israel before. Why him?
That's such a telling detail, isn't it? It's
Right.
not just about humiliating Achior, it's strategic communication.
Yeah.
Well, by making him witness the severed head and the Assyrian defeat, Judith proves his warnings right, validates Israel's strength, and shatters any lingering Assyrian confidence. It's pure psychological warfare, really, targeting morale.
Okay, so the plan is intricate. How did it actually play out? Did the people follow her lead?
They did. The text says they obeyed her instructions exactly. They hang the head, big shock for the Assyrians seeing it,
Right.
and at the same time, the fake attack starts.
Yeah.
Just as planned.
So the Assyrians react predictably.
Like clockwork. Scouts report the movement, they rush to wake Holofernes, and Bagoas, his attendant, goes into the tent.
And finds him, headless.
Yes, the description of Bagoa's reaction is intense.
Yeah.
Weeping, tearing clothes, shouting, just utter panic.
You can picture the chaos spreading from that tent outwards.
Absolutely. Bagoa's visible distress,
Mhm.
his announcement, it just amplifies the shock. Suddenly there's no leader, just this horrifying scene, the perfect moment for the real attack.
Which the Israelites then launch.
Immediately. And it wasn't just Bethulia. Uzziah sends messengers out, calls everyone to arms.
So it became a unified effort.
Completely. People from all the surrounding territories, even as far as Gilead and Galilee, according to the text, join in. They hit the Assyrians while they're disorganized and fleeing,
A total rout then.
push them far beyond Damascus.
A decisive defeat.
And the aftermath involved plundering the
Yeah.
camp.
The text mentions great riches. The people of Bethulia and other Israelites who joined stripped the abandoned Assyrian camp. It indicates how fast and complete the Assyrian flight was.
A significant reversal of fortune.
Immense. Not just the wealth, but the sheer relief and security after being besieged.
Then things become more formal. The high priest, Joachim, and the Senate come from Jerusalem.
Yes, they traveled to Bethulia specifically to see Judith and, well, congratulate her.
That's huge recognition. It elevates her actions to a national, even religious level. They bless her, call her the glory of Jerusalem, the pride of Israel. The people all respond, Amen. It's a powerful scene of collective relief and acknowledgement.
And the celebration. 30 days of plundering the camp.
30 days. It emphasizes the sheer scale of the victory and the spoils. And Judith herself receives a special reward.
Holofernes' tent and everything in it.
Exactly. A potent symbol of the victory. After this, there's a celebration led by the women. They dance, and Judith leads them in a song of thanksgiving.
Ah, the song. What does it tell us?
It's really insightful. It's personal, full of gratitude, but also a declaration of faith. The key theme is how God delivered them unexpectedly by the hand of a female.
Right, contrasting the enemy's arrogance with their sudden destruction.
Precisely. It frames the victory theologically. It wasn't just human cleverness, it was divine power working through her.
And then they take the spoils, or at least Holofernes things, to Jerusalem.
Yes, Judith dedicates his belongings to God upon their return. This reinforces the religious aspect. And then there's another celebration in Jerusalem itself.
How long this time?
3 months, a massive, extended festival of Thanksgiving for the entire nation.
Wow. So, after all this high drama and national celebration, what happens to Judith? Does she stay in the public eye?
Interestingly, no, not in the same way. The text says she returns to her estate in Bethulia. She remains highly renowned, obviously,
People still respect her.
immensely.
Yeah.
It mentions many men wanted to marry her, but she chooses to remain unmarried after her husband Manasseh's death.
And she lives a very long life.
She does. Reaches 105, the text says, still respected throughout the land.
There's that detail about her freeing her maid before she died.
Yes, it paints a picture of her character, doesn't it? Fairness, consideration.
And when she dies,
She arranged for her property to be distributed. She's buried in her husband's tomb, and all of Israel mourns her for 7 days. It shows the depth of the respect she commanded until the very end.
and the final, perhaps biggest impact.
The peace. The text explicitly states that after her actions, and even after her death, no one troubled Israel for a long time. Her actions brought lasting security.
That's quite the legacy. So, pulling it all together, Judith isn't just a heroine, she's a master strategist.
Absolutely courageous, yes, but also incredibly insightful. She understood her enemy, planned meticulously, and anticipated their reactions. She won against overwhelming odds through intelligence and boldness.
The real aha moment, I think, is seeing how someone perceived as vulnerable, leading a community on the brink, could orchestrate such a complete turnaround. It wasn't brute force.
Not at all. It was clever planning, decisive action, understanding psychology. It really challenges how we normally think about power and conflict.
It definitely makes you think, doesn't it? We
Yeah.
start wondering about other times, maybe in history, maybe even today, where completely unconventional thinking led to, well, huge results nobody expected.
Right. What can stories like Judith's teach us about leadership when your back's against the wall? About resilience, about the power of just thinking differently?
Something to definitely ponder. A fantastic example of strategy in action.